You are here because life feels fine. But you are done with fine. You know you are made for more. And you've asked, is this it? Too many times now. This isn't just another episode. This is your permission slip to turn fine back into fire. We're Charlotte and Kat, coaches through and through, but more importantly, real women who've been there. We help women come home to themselves and create a life that feels exciting, energizing, and completely their own again. Around here, we get real conversations, real stories, and real transformations from the women in our community who dared to go all in. If you're ready to stop existing, to stop settling for fine, and to start truly living, welcome home.
Day 59, Tuesday the 22nd of June 2021. Good evening, 9:20 p.m. I've just lost myself in a tub of ice cream. I'm emotional eating and I feel as though I'm spiraling out of control in my head, like I'm having a breakdown, but for no apparent reason. I'm not worried, I don't feel stressed, I have no money troubles or work pressures. The only thing I can think is that I'm unfulfilled. But I feel ashamed to admit that. Because I should. I shouldn't be. I have a loving family, beautiful home, amazing business, and yet lately I feel empty, lost, without purpose. I feel as though my life is racing by and that time is speeding up and I'm just stood still with everything happening around me and I'm doing nothing. I'm questioning myself. Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to become, do, achieve? I wonder where I've gone, and I wonder when that. I do apologise. I clearly can't read my own writing.
Okay.
Growth point. Get better at handwriting. I wonder where I've gone, and when I wonder that, it fills me with sadness, and I feel as though I can't breathe. I hold my body tight, and it hurts. Then I wonder if I've not lost myself, but I've never known who I actually am, and I haven't discovered the real me yet. Am I living the conditioned me, the programmed me by society, the me I should be? Then I worry, what if I don't ever find myself? What if I never find me? What if I don't live to my full potential? What if I never sparkle and shine as bright as I feel I could? What if I carry on as some played down, smaller, less embarrassing, less silly, less colourful, less openly loving, lesser version of me? Will I regret? Will I resent? Will I not be the empowering, inspirational role model I want to be for my girls? But how do I find me? I feel on this continuous search and I'm looking in all the wrong places. Imagine searching for something, but you don't know what that something is. How will you ever find it? What do you need to do? Note to self here I've put, figure out what it is you're looking for first. And then in brackets, just a thought, perhaps this is all part of my journey. And it is my journey that I'll share to inspire and help others. A few questions to ask. What is meaningful to me? Which moments of my life have I felt most fulfilled? Is there a theme or pattern? When am I my most driven, motivated, excited? When do I feel in flow? And then I just abruptly end. I just
Oh my
abruptly end the entry,
gosh.
the journal entry with tomorrow is a bonus, not a right. I clearly went and did some more deep thinking. Hello, ladies. How are
You.
we?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You have
Oof.
never shared that full entry with me before.
No, I haven't. I've edited and shared snippets, haven't I?
You have. And oh my goodness. Firstly, I want to pull out I mean, you've been a coach for many, many years, but that is self-coaching at its finest, right?
Isn't
In your
it?
journal, you and you. But secondly, I feel like I was right there with you,
Mm.
right there with you. And I don't know, I, there were moments of that. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe you've not shared the full entry of me with me
I know, I
before.
do apologize. I do apologize. So there it is, like word for word. That was the journal entry from June 2021 when I can only describe I'd hit a point in life. Well, clearly you've just heard it. You've just heard it. Where I was like, what the actual, like,
Mm,
life from the outside looked good, ticked so many boxes, thriving, successful business that gave me the finances to have time freedom. That's the goal, right? To kind of just
mm,
wake up each morning with time to do what you want, spend with people you love, do those wonderful things. Yet I was sat with that inside, deeply unfulfilled, scratching my head like a madwoman, going, why? 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 And the guilt and the shame around that was heavy because I should just be happy. I should just be grateful. But there was, and I've explained this to you like this before, I think, Charlotte, that I had a fire inside. So I want you to visualize this. I had a fire inside, and it was inside an ice cube, this big square ice cube, and the fire was burning, but the ice cube was more overpowering than the fire. So the fire kept going out. And what I had to do was get that fire, let's say it was a flicker, it was a spark, I had to put some fuel on it until it was roaring and it overpowered the ice cube and that just melted away. And that's my metaphor for kind of how it kept going out because I kept suppressing those feelings. I kept pouring water on the fire to go, no, come on, just settle, cat. Just do that
yeah.
because that's okay and it's all okay to just be fine until I decide like fuck this, I'm putting fuel on it. Like I'm not here to settle. I know we've gone straight in on this,
No.
but I feel so passionate about it. And clearly in that entry I just ended it on a on a few words that always bring me back to why we do what we do. That tomorrow is a bonus, not a right. Like why settle when I just don't know what's around the corner. Why settle when I could be so much more and do so much more? And it was never about, the more was never about more things, like more, physical stuff. Like I'm on a mission to declutter, guys. I don't want more shit in my home. It was never about that. It was about just that fulfillment piece
Mm.
of what I could bring to the world, to myself, to others, to just make it a better place. And I couldn't shake that.
You know what? I feel like what you've just said there is so key because it's not in things. And I wonder if this is what trips so many of us up because we're like, well, what is it?
Mm,
And there's not really the words for it, is there? And this is what we want to get into in the episode today because we are, and you may have heard this many times again, we are our own missing piece of the puzzle. It's that connection to ourselves that we've been missing all along. And like you said, like, am I living as me or am I living as this conditioned me? And when you've got that feeling, that fire, that there's more, it's a tricky place because the energy speaks for itself and you can feel it, right? But when you can't put it into words, you can't like describe it to anybody else. And I say this because I really relate to that. And kind of to share one of the things that this is a huge thing that we have in common, right? We have very different stories, but we both have that feeling or had that feeling in common. And kind of where I was at from the other side was I'd also ticked off the things that I thought I wanted to do in life. I'd found my absolute soulmate in my husband. We were happy. We had two children. I got to stay at home with them, which was something that was my absolute life goal. And we had a lovely house. We lived in town, which was something that I always wanted. We could walk into town on a weekend. We could walk back. Like we had wonderful friends. I had my family around. We had Dale's family around. I always wanted family who were a little further afield so we could go on little trips. Like Dale's got family, in Leeds, over in the Cayman Islands. Like everything was good. However, I also reached that point where I was like, unfulfilled. Like I remember being like, I need something else. Like, and it got to the point where I was like, I need anything else but this. And that also came with so much guilt because I was like, how can I want more when I've literally got everything I've always wanted right here in front of me? And that was what also kept me stuck because I was like, no, no, Charlotte, shh. But that fire, it's there, right? You know it's there. That want for more is there. But equally, I couldn't put it into words. And I think that was when, for me, it came to a head because the frustration of wanting so much more inside and then dulling it down, like it was a proper, it was that inner conflict, isn't it? And that came out in frustration for me. And it started out like my husband took the brunt of it. He was incredible, bless him. But in my eyes, like he had it all figured out. Everybody else had it all figured out. Like everybody else. I used to look at even mums that had gone back to work and I'd be like, I felt so behind because I was like, oh, they're figuring it out again. They've got it all sussed. Like, and I felt really like I was on my own. And yeah, it was that frustration that was in it. I can only describe it as it was literally seeping out of me. And I wasn't me anymore. I wasn't the mum I wanted to be. And actually that was the point where the change came, is when I realized I wasn't the mum that I once was. Like that frustration, yes, it was okay if I was feeling it, but when it came out on my girls and I actually took a cold hard look at myself and was like, I'm not as patient as I once was for you. Like that's something that I've now got to sort out. That was kind of my turning point, I think, where I was like, I've got to figure this out. And I remember I love your analogy of the ice and the fire. And my kind of version of that, I suppose, was feeling like I was this person, but wrapped in so many tight cords. And I couldn't breathe. And I was just like, I felt like every time, like my body was thriving just to almost like just break free. But it was like they were just getting tight, and I just couldn't move. I'd get, I'd see something really inspiring online, and I just couldn't follow through on it. I couldn't move. I couldn't get to that other side. So I always describe it as that, don't I? And then this journey for me has been about clipping those cords bit by bit and freeing myself. And, one day I'll clip a good few and I'll be like, and then I'll be like, oh, there's a few more, click, 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 click. And that's kind of how I've kind of have seen this journey. But
I
yeah,
love that.
that feeling,
Yeah,
that
I love
feeling.
that. What you just shared there, Charlotte, is a couple of things that I want to touch on. And the first thing is, it's really interesting what you said about something we both felt, that you're sat there with everything you could possibly want, but you want more, but then you feel guilty for that.
Yeah,
And that's that moment, isn't it, where there's that choice to go, I'll just settle. I'll just settle because maybe
yeah,
what I think I should do, or is that towing the line, or it's wrong. It's wrong to want more, and that's that
yeah.
guilt and that shame, isn't it?
Mm,
And what's interesting on that, and with regards to what we know, is that it's one of our human desires to be in a meaningful pursuit. And it's also another of our human desires for growth. So what is actually happening in those moments is that there's no need for guilt or shame, because it's maybe more of a signal that we've just outgrown the chapter of life we're in.
Yeah.
And maybe we have achieved a lot. We've ticked a lot of the boxes. Doesn't mean we have to stop there. It doesn't mean we have to
No.
stop there. If one of our ingrained desires as a human being is for growth, like, then of
Yeah.
course it's okay to want more. Of course it's okay to want to grow again. Of course it's okay to being a meaningful pursuit. And that's that next chapter. And that's the evolution
Yeah.
of us. So just that shift in itself is a permission to go for it, isn't it? And
It
on
really is.
permissions, I'd love to just kind of share what allowed me to move forward out of that and choose not to stay stuck in it, and therefore choose to settle. Was I read these words, and it was that it's okay to be grateful and still want more. So what was going on in my mind was that I should just be grateful, and I had to change that story, because for as long as I kept that story, I would stay there. I would stay there. I would have stayed with that frustration. But choosing, sorry, to change it, that it's okay to want more, allowed me to go on a journey of exploration. I didn't really know what that more was. Boy, did I drive you crazy with that.
Yeah,
The
but
amount of
that's
calls we
also
got on.
yeah, but that's also key, isn't it? Like
Mm,
that's the bit because like I said before, with the more not knowing, it's not things.
no.
And I think that tripped me up for so long. And I remember just I wanted someone to
Mhm.
come and tell me what to do, to come and give me
Yes.
those answers and go, this is all you need, Charlotte. And that's what I was searching for, I think,
Hmm.
in those kind of doom scrolls and doom things that I was doing. Someone else just tell me what to do because when I know what I'm doing, I'm good. I'm great.
Shall we be really annoying here and tell everybody who that person is?
Yeah.
Guys, go look in
We
a
learned
mirror.
the hard
Go
way.
look in a
Yeah.
mirror. Oh,
It's
they're staring straight back at you.
it's
Sorry.
yeah,
But it's the most beautiful thing, because we've got all those answers within. It's
we
just a
have.
choice to take that moment
Yeah.
to do that work.
Yeah. And to actually just ask ourselves, like I look back at my journey and one of the kind of like brilliant exercise that we go through is so blooming simple, guys. Like if you don't know what you want, ask yourself what you don't want
Yeah.
and then flip it. Literally grab a piece of scrap paper and just get it out and just go, right, what don't I want anymore?
Mm.
List it, other side of the page, flip every single one of those answers. Boom, that's what you do want. And I look back and I'm like, wow, I would have saved myself a little bit of time
Mm.
having just gone through that exercise, right? But we don't do it. We don't stop for long enough because of the guilt, the shame, I shouldn't feel like this. Like, no, let's say it right here. You should feel like that because do you know what? You're an incredible human being with a want for more, and that more is meant for you. Like, whatever those ideas are inside of you are meant to be in this world. Like, that is my wholehearted belief that each and every one of us was put on this earth to do something. And if we're not doing it, we're going to feel out of alignment. We're going to feel frustrated. We're going to get to a point in time where the things don't fill it anymore. We've got to live that thing that we were meant to do all along. And for me, finding that thing has been truly life changing. And like you say, it starts with connecting back to who you actually are and actually stopping life long enough to look in that mirror and see who you are, see all that you do, see what those beautiful things that you do every single day that you just shimmy off thinking that's just like everybody else though. Like it's not
Mm.
like everybody else. It's really not. It's you. Like you are unique. And those unique things, and often I always find this really interesting. I think the most unique things about us are differences we push down and push away. And actually bringing those to the forefront is where our magic is. And I sure know every single thing that's made me different is something that I absolutely love being today. And I've found every bit of success in being those things because it's felt in a different way.
Oh, mic drop moment. And that's it. That's it. It's taken a moment to change those stories that
Yeah.
we've been living by, that I should just be happy, I should just be grateful, it's too
Mm.
late, I don't have the time, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
Changing all of those stories, all that conditioning, all those beliefs, taking a moment to change that,
Mm.
and then going on that beautiful journey. So, like, who am I? Who am I really? Who am I?
Yeah.
Because we hit these other milestones in life where, and it can be coming out, the other side of motherhood. We lose our
Yeah.
identity a little. Like we start, I don't know who I am anymore. That's okay
Yeah.
too. So we change those stories. We reconnect with who we are at our core, our authentic selves, before the
Mm.
world told us who to be.
Yeah.
And then we figure out what we want. We figure out what we want. And I'll stress
Yeah.
on the word we, not what
Yeah.
we think we should want or what others want for us. What do we want?
Yeah.
And then we build that courage to go make it happen. That means you move
Mm.
scared. You move
Yeah.
messy, you take the action, those small, consistent steps. And when you do that, what happens? Like you wake up excited for everyday life, not for the
Yeah.
holiday, not for the weekend, but because you're back in alignment with your authentic self, with the purest, truest version of you, and you're doing those things that light you up.
Yeah.
You get excited by, and I love the way you always say this, shot like 2:12 on a Tuesday afternoon. Like you can be excited
Mm.
because you are you and you're in alignment and you know what you
Mm.
want.
And this is, I think, I love how you shared kind of, what helped you kind of move through. And if I could kind of talk, because I think it really ties into this. For me, I had also to change my story. And the story that I was living by was obviously I had ideas. I had, well, I got to this point in time. I didn't always have them, obviously, but I started to get these ideas and I started to move. I started to figure things out. But I was stuck in the story of what if I fail? What if I don't know enough? What if people laugh at me? All the golden ones that we all share, all these, thoughts and stories that hold us back. And the big one was I just didn't think that I was capable because I think I'd spent so long focusing on everybody else that I couldn't see what I was good at anymore. So there was one thought that literally disintegrated all those other ones and literally it full on demolished my fear. And that was the shift from all of that mess to just waking up every day and going, I am so excited to see what I am capable of. And for me, that worked for two reasons. So, firstly, obviously, I didn't know this back then, but our thoughts literally directly impact how we feel. And how we feel is how we show up, right? So, when I was thinking, what if I fail? Like, that's going to make me feel worried, anxious, like fearful, right? So, what kind of action am I going to take from that place? Not very much, not very much at all. However, thought, I am so excited to see what I'm capable of. The feeling, ooh, butterflies in my tummy, but actually I've repositioned these to good butterflies. Like, what could I be capable of? I know there's more inside of me. What can I tap into here? What little, and then that allowed me then to move. So I was like, what little steps could I take today that actually I want to take this feeling further. So it removed the pressure of having to get it right or wrong and actually just discovering what am I capable of? Like what could I be capable of? So yeah, that really helped obviously because so I repeated this, I am so excited to see what I'm capable of to myself over and over again. I literally had it on my bathroom mirror for months. And I repeated it every morning and night. And it was something that I just came back to. And it's interesting because I didn't really know much about affirmations back then. This was something that I don't know, something took over and was like, this is what you need to live by. And the other beautiful thing about that and why it works so well was our body does not know the difference between anxiousness and excitement. So again, I didn't know it at the time, but what I was doing was tricking that fear, tricking my body that fear, the anxiousness, the worry was actually excitement. And then I got to live it. And, it is the same when you think about when you're anxious about something and you've got those butterflies in your tummy, like your heart beats faster, like, and then think about excitement, it's the same. It's just the story you attach to those feelings. So attaching excitement allowed me to move very, very differently compared to I'm anxious, I'm worried. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm not actually good enough? So for me, that was a huge, huge turning point, a flip of the story, a flip of the script to go, let's just see. Let's just see.
Let's just say, what a powerful story to live by because, and I remember when you shared it with me, I'm like, oh, I'm using that too because it allows you to just try.
Yeah,
It allows you to just
exactly.
give it a go. Just give it a go.
And I used to visualize myself physically stepping out of my own way with that thought and letting myself try.
Mm.
Because why on earth not? Do I want to get another 6 months down the line and stay with that feeling? Or do I want to try and see where
Mm.
I can go?
Oh, I know
Like,
what I'm choosing.
yeah. And even now I use it, because that's not saying, yes, it, demolish fears and stuff back then. Every level I've needed that. I've
Mm.
had that as my anchor to come back to because of course every point you get to there's going to be new things, scary things, fearful things. Like again, it's like, oh, am I the person to do this? Yes, I blooming well am, and I'm going to see exactly why I am. So yeah, it's a forever anchor. Forever
It
anchor.
is. It is. And moving courageously and then having the evidence to show ourselves that we can do these things
Yeah.
and really taking note of that and
And
proving to ourselves.
yeah, and it built on the excitement because as well, it was those little moments, and this is right at the beginning of building the Authentic Girls Club, guys. So that allowed me to start moving with this idea that I had. And I remember just getting excited about just sitting on Pinterest, scrolling through branding colors and really celebrating and getting excited about that piece of action that I'd taken because it was one step closer to me living the dream that I'd had in my head. And then that compounded. And now I feel like I wake up, like I used to wake up and I'd be like, oh, it's a bit of a
Yeah.
slog.
Yeah.
It's like,
Snooze the alarm a few times.
yeah. And of course, there's always things in our day that maybe don't light us up as much as other things. But following what lights you up, following the excitement, following the feel good stuff inside, not the feel good stuff like looks good on social media stuff. What's here? What
Mm.
lights you up here? And how can you do more of that? Um, is the way to live.
It is. It's that excitement piece. We get one shot,
And
don't we?
excitement, oh my gosh, there's so much to it. Like, A is the most magnetic energy. Like, if you're into manifestation, get excited. Blooming things are going to come your way. Like, they are. Like, we live in the law of attraction. Like, what we are is what we will receive. Like, 110%. Our energy matters. If we're living in excitement, yeah, we're a magnet for what we want, right? Um, but then also it's contagious. And all of us have been around that excitement, right? Like, and this has just come to me. When you go and like you take someone to the airport and they're on that excitement thingy, and like you just
Hmm.
it is contagious. You're so happy for them, aren't you? I mean, you're a little bit sad because you're like, oh, I wish I was kind of coming with you. But excitement as an energy is so contagious. So actually, when you kind of look at that and kind of reverse engineer that, if you can wake up excited, live excited, like have that as your absolute like non-negotiable kind of energy. Don't get me wrong, we're not going to live excited 24/7, are we? Like it's a choice. Um, but having that as your anchor energy, the daily energy that you choose to live in, that ripples out onto everybody around you, and that's powerful. And that's being the change, which is obviously, as you know, is a huge way that I live my life.
Indeed. Indeed. So,
So we've got something for you guys.
of
We've
course
got
we have.
something.
Of
We are,
course.
excuse the We are so very excited about this, aren't we?
But I'm bumped.
We haven't done this for a really long time, but we are delivering a free masterclass called Wake Up Excited. This is where all of you ladies get to do the same. We're going to be taking you through our exact flip the script method to start living life on your terms and to reignite that spark within you, that you within you, not the conditioned self, the true you, and go on this journey to building out your most exciting chapter yet, because it's just not written. And what a beautiful thing like that is. Like, no matter where you are, we've got so many exciting chapters ahead of us, and we get to grab that pen, we get to write them. So, yeah. Oh,
Come and join us. The most
yes.
powerful 60 minutes to yourself this year.
Yeah.
They truly will be. And join us live, because
Yeah.
that is where shifts happen.
And this is something that I was thinking about actually. Like, yes, it's a masterclass, but it's more than that. It's an activation. And I don't think anybody does need another masterclass if we're honest with ourselves. We don't need another course. We don't need another thing to do. This is about being in the room. This is about experiencing exactly what we're about to take you through and activating that spark within you that I'm gonna say it here, guys, like when you're in that room, that spark won't be going out. It will
No,
not be going out. Like,
no,
this is an activation.
yeah.
And we cannot wait to have you there and have a room full of ladies. And oh my goodness, the energy is going to be, I can feel
Insane.
it
So this,
already.
yeah, this is that spark into a full-blown fire, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really, really is. And how do we get into this then, Charlotte? How do we get into this activation? Because you're right, it's not a learning. We're not here to just teach, guys. We're here to activate and have you moving. Like, you will move. There's like that's just a guarantee. So how can they get on to this activation? Wake up excited.
We will drop it right in the show notes. Literally, it'll be first thing that you see. Click the link, save your seat, and we will be going live at 8 o'clock on the 24th of September. I very nearly said August. September.
September, yeah, Wednesday the 24th of
September.
September, 8 p.m.
Yes.
UK live. So we will see you there. It's time to wake up excited.
Yes, it truly, truly is. Sending you all so much love, and we will see you all then. What if today was the last day you ever woke up and thought, is this it? You were not born to settle. And in 1 hour inside Wake Up Excited, we'll prove it to you. Wake Up Excited is a free masterclass for the woman who is ready to stop settling and start living life on her terms. In just 60 minutes, you are going to rewrite the story you're living by and reignite the spark that makes you wake up excited again. Your next chapter doesn't start someday. It starts the moment you choose it. And if this conversation lit something up inside of you, this is your moment. The link is waiting for you in the show notes, and we cannot wait to see you there.